And it is go! A solid launch from the Simpsons. Watson there covering off any attempts from DeBock to try and take advantage of the run into the first corner. McFry up into fourth, taking that spot away from McManus. Then it is Nicola from Yoncher, Fleet getting past Yoncher, in fact. Hawkin, Pierre Soleron. And that is Final Watson making a move for the lead. And Final Watson takes the lead from his championship contending teammate. So great start there from Final Watson. And I think there might be a bit of damage on Marco Yoncher's car. Indeed, Yoncher somewhere along the way has lost his rear wing. I couldn't see what's happened here. Home with a good exit out of that corner, down the back straightaway, and Watson very sensibly not fighting his teammate too hard, as we see. Also, that is a move, I believe, for fourth place. McManus making the move on McFry, so McManus up to fourth place here. And now Kishinsho here with a good run on his teammate and looks to take 13th. Pretty easy work for the Mecha driver. Out of that corner, down the back straightaway. Hawkin ducks out to make the move into the hairpin, and that is pretty easy work for Hawkin. Gets a little bit overcooked into there, but covers off the inside. And Shinjo making a similar move and will take 12 from Soleron. And there goes Malish. So the hairpin here, very much a favorite overtaking spot. Yamamura as well getting around Griffith. And that is Kara putting the move on Summers to move back ahead of the Canadian. Quite close in behind the block. I think he might have a run at the Belgian here. Of course, these two title rivals in AR 3000 last year. And McManus makes the move. DeBock not fighting that too hard. Definitely has the championship in mind, does the Belgian rookie. Meanwhile, Terry Hawkin pressuring Cosmo's teammate for 6th place here. Of course, these two old title rivals fought for the World Championship in 2018, along with Alberto Cara and Hawkin. Will take 6th place from Nicola. He's already gotten around Ben Fleet. Cosmo keeping the safe distance over Pacer, though, in the battle for 9th. Home is definitely finding his feet out there. Oh my goodness! Oh, yelled a block! Oh, that is
Oh wait.
That is Li Kexing there. And not too long ago I said if Li Kexing could keep it out of trouble, that'd be a success for him, but he got very much crossed up there, trying to allow DeBock through, and that was very lucky for Yell DeBock not to break his front wing. Watson would have been wanting to catch. Oh no! Well, even worse is the fact that Final Watson has a water leak, and his Jetstar badged engine is done. McManus here has caught Cameron to lap the Jones. Oh goodness, and Cameron there not checking his mirrors. That was almost disaster for Michael McManus and for Nathaniel Cameron. Yeah, of course we did see Gary Pacer's Katie May has spun and broken her front wing. So she'll have to be making a pit stop here. Because continuing with a broken front wing is not going to do her any favors. Just carrying a bit too much speed through that corner was Katie May, and she very much paid the price for it. Edvard Holmes' lead seems to have stabilized a bit, about 11 seconds between himself and Michael McManus, as we've got a couple of cars coming into the pits. It is Václav Balish and Edvard Holm. So Edvard Holm, evidently that's where a lot of the pace is coming from for Edvard Holm on the two-stopper, and a very light fuel load. That will hand the lead to Michael McManus. Holm coming out just behind Martin McFry is probably not what the Dane would have preferred. Probably would have preferred being ahead of McFry, but he's would have been in this traffic regardless. So he'll have to very quickly get his elbows out and start making some moves. Though he does, of course, have the 11-second advantage. We're not sure if McManus or DeBach are... Oh, no, my goodness! And Edvard Holm has broken his front wing on the back of Alberto Gara. And that is the danger of releasing your race leader into a bunch of traffic. Holm, with these fresh intermediates, trying to fight his way through a bunch of cars which are slower than him. Kara there, not entirely sure what the Tropican is doing, cannot pick a line down the back straight away, and Edvard Holm commits to the outside. Kara moves to the outside for some reason, and breaks the front wing of Holm, so I think that might put the Tropican under a post-race investigation. That was entirely unnecessary, as Ben Fleet is retiring from this race. McManus is pitting, so Michael McManus on a similar strategy to Edvard Holm. So this could very well, this is ideal situation for Michael McManus, and especially, of course, for Jelle de Bock. Oh, goodness! And that is very similar to what happened to Nathaniel Cameron earlier, but Yamamura not able, taking a wide entry into the Williams corner, and McManus sticking it up the inside, having absolutely no interest in wasting time behind the Adriatica, and that is Yamamura into the barrier and out of the race. As Taki, they're getting way in the way there, as Riley Griffith is going to try and take advantage of all of this and takes 9 away, and McManus locks up, and Taki loses his rear wing, so it goes from bad to worse to Takuma Taki. Pierre Saint-Laurent has pulled into the pits, and oh my goodness, you cannot make it up. It's another engine failure for Naoki Shinja. The Hondas have been atrocious for Mecha. And after a spectacular drive, it's just not going to be his year. Takuma Taki has made it back to the pits to replace his rear wing. And he is, at this stage, gonna be falling behind Li Kexing. And that just goes to show how awful Taki's race has been. We've got Jelle de Bock, our race leader, into the pits. He's not able to stretch it out into a one-stop territory. So, de Bock electing, I think, to run this stint perhaps a little bit long and make a charge at the end of the race. Martin McFry takes over the race lead, but I don't think it's going to be for long, because right behind him on the racetrack is Michael McManus, and Václav Malish there has absolutely no interest in getting out of the way of the battle for the race lead. McManus sends it up the inside and will take the lead into the Atwood curve, so Michael McManus reclaims the lead here as we are just short of the half-distance mark. Jelle de Bock returns to the track in 3rd place. Not too far ahead of Edvard Holm, but he's got the track positioned over his title rival. Oh goodness, and that is the Yonglong of Kexing. Li Kexing getting badly in the way there. But Pacer with a very late lunge, and ooh, got his elbows out, did Gary Pacer, and he's broken the front wing of Bradley Daniel. I don't think the stewards will be taking a very good look at that, opinion of that. Oh my goodness, he's put himself in the same position as Aki Yamamura, and that is exactly what has happened to Yamamura. And that is Martin McFry's car also pulled off to the side of the road. His day, once again, for the 7th race in a row, I should say, is done. Oh my goodness, and Jelle de Bock! Jelle de Bock is out of the race! Oh no! The Ford engine has developed a water leak, and Jelle de Bock His title challenge might well be done here today. Yeah, Taki's bad day in the office is very much highlighted by the fact that Pierre Saint-Laurent is having a very good race, contending with the likes of Vasselin Malish. Well, not too... about 11 seconds behind Malish, 1.5 seconds behind Katie May, although May, of course, did have that spin earlier, and are running about 9 seconds ahead of Amani Burrell, who is... they've generally been the class of the W12 cars on pace this season. Amani Burrell, she's... oh, goodness, and she's just driven right to the back of the peak! Oh, goodness. And those two cars got absolutely locked together and it's destroyed the rear end of Amani Burrell, and her day is done. Oh, goodness, and Tomo Cosma has lost her front wing. Oh my goodness, what was Li Ka-shing doing? That was entirely unnecessary. Edvard Holm is into the pits for his final stop. He should very easily return to the track ahead of Terry Hawking. He built half a minute over the Scorpio before coming into the pits. And our race leader immediately covers off any attempt at an undercut from Holm. McManus into the pits for his final stop of the day. McManus should easily return to the track in the race lead here. Holm just coming out of the final... Well, actually, no, that's not Holm. That's Alberto Cara, but yes, McManus well out in front. Holm only just coming out of the final corner. Nicolas coming into the pits here. Actually, this could put Nicolas behind Pacer, because Pacer, I don't think he needs to pit again. So Pacer looking to at least salvage a 4th place for Cascadia, although he'll be one of those drivers investigated for avoidable contact with, of course, Bradley Dagnall. And just to underline that, his fastest lap, Edvard Holm there with a 1:18.6. That is gonna ensure he hangs on to the fastest lap, and I think that's gonna be enough for him to put any hopes of staying in the title fight out of Yelled Box reach. Actually, Nicola was 2 seconds quicker than Gary Pacer on that previous lap. Oh goodness, and Nicola there barging Li Ka-shing out of the way, and Li Ka-shing's race is over, and probably in the way it was always going to end if it was. Nicola in prime position to take this 4th place, and there's absolutely nothing Gary Pacer can do. He's just gonna have to yield and watch the Holiday drive through into 4th place. As we see our race leader is into the pits. Oh my goodness! Michael McManus is into the pits with a loose wheel on the final lap of the race. Edvard Holm is gonna retake the lead here. McManus is gonna be able to get back out onto the track, but that is a sure race win gone away for Michael McManus, and all Edvard Holm is gonna have to do is bring it home here on this final lap. And it's gonna be a maximum points haul for Edvard Holm. Started it from the pole. Pulled out to a very solid lead, but lost that due to an unscheduled pit stop after, I believe it was contact with Alberto Cara earlier in this race. Fell behind Michael McManus. Still had the quickest car, but could not make any inroads into McManus's lead. Holm has been absolutely metronomic throughout this race otherwise though, and has been putting himself in prime position. And now when the shoe is on the other foot and Michael McManus has to pit for an issue of his own on the final lap, it's Edvard Holm who's in position to pick up the pieces, and Edvard Holm has won the Japanese Grand Prix.